This year, I started teaching as a substitute for high school students in an asynchronous classroom on Schoology. The course is Physical Health at Thurgood Marshall High School. The class consists of 20 to 25 students. Each week, I presented a chapter from their textbook via PowerPoint. The class and I performed an activity or a discussion to check their understanding over Microsoft Teams. Then the students complete an assignment that is due at the end of the class period. Lastly, I conducted a Q&A session for clarification. We reviewed the current week's assignments that were due to the following week. All assignments are completed on their own time and pace. Then students had additional concerns about their assignments. They were able to email me or set up a Teams meeting for one-on-one support during office hours. Consequently, some students still had questions and did not turn in their assignments and also did not attend class. In this case, I was using whole group rotation due to the entire class moving between online and offline activities due to the virtual class on Microsoft Teams and completing their assignments individually at home on Schoology. Also, I believe that it is a la carte due to the sequential periods of courses taken due to their interest for flexibility at Thurgood Marshall High School. What the expectation at each rotation would be. So for flip rotation, we will conduct lectures and assignments offline and conduct activities and major projects through Microsoft Teams virtual class. For individual rotation, Thurgood Marshall High School provides a required sequential class period meeting on Microsoft Teams. If students use this rotation, they will have the choice to not attend class, which they would not have gotten an effective learning experience, or they will have to teach themselves. Station rotation, after the class presentation, I will have the students get into groups consecutively for an activity within the traditional classroom, which will help them get familiar with one another and able to have an open mind to different views of their peers. So for a flex rotation, we would use Microsoft Teams virtual class for a question and answering, and the students will review the lecture online and complete all activities and assignments offline. So the next one will be Enrich virtual rotation, and the students will review the lecture online, complete all activities and assignments offline. Then they would attend class to turn in major papers and group presentations. What was the learning experience like when it was vertical? The learning experience of a vertical classroom was still left with concerns about their assignments and the lesson that was learned due to the lesson time not being managed. Also, it leaves room for side conversations from the students, which can make them lose retention to the lesson they are learning. What will the learning experience be now that it has been made horizontal? The learning experience will have more time to complete a lesson and activities now that it has been made horizontal, which will provide retention from the lesson they are learning. Why you chose to use this learning activity as a candidate for a blended